largest marathon race in
Wicca,
50,000 runners competing, participating.
I'm frozen. Let's go on this ride. It's really
Staten Island,
when coming.
Brooklyn,
It is about
Queens, to Manhattan, the Bronx,
Early
and
winter.
back to Manhattan again.
I think
And San Francisco. Notice the skyline of Jersey City is rising, continue to rise, providing cheaper apartment rental, cheaper than what you can find in Manhattan. But in order to sell or rent out these high-rise apartment units, developers had to promote it as having the best view of New York, downtown New York. Folks, the best skyline, Manhattan skyline to your left. Go ahead, take selfies. Selfies of the beautiful Manhattan skyline.
look at the boat.
Manhattan comes from the Native American word Mannahatta, which means land of rolling hills, land of many hills. When the British came, they surveyed this island, they counted 573 hills. But here the downtown and midtown, the early settlers, they leveled all the hills and filled in the valleys. What you now see instead is a concrete jungle of 600 skyscrapers, buildings beyond 330 feet in height, beyond 100 meters.
Over there, over there.
Some of
down.
our neighborhoods in Manhattan still reflect the topography, just like Lenox Hill, Carnegie Hill, Rose Hill, Murray Hill, Morningside Heights, Hamilton Heights, Manhattan Valley. This last building here at the Jersey waterfront, this small building here, that is the Goldman Sachs Tower, Jersey City office. There used to be a Colgate palm-oiling factory there. Colgate moved the factory to Indiana. They left a large clock, a very large clock, whose only purpose, it seems, is to remind the rich living across the Hudson River. They look towards the mainland from their luxury apartment windows. They are constantly reminded of the time to brush their teeth.
Are you serious? Well, look at the clock.
Further up,
Oh, that's Jersey
that
City.
is Liberty
That's
State
right next
Park,
to,
the Jersey City office.
next to Pearl Street,
of
like Shim's
Jersey
place.
City,
Exchange place. There you go.
Liberty State Park.
In fact, I remember I used to go there with a
Some of
mom.
the yachts more than 100.
Mom, are we going on Liberty Land?
The story of New York City
No.
is the story
No,
of
we're not getting
immigration,
off.
and the story and the history of immigration, or the story of immigration will never end, because that is what defines the U.S. We are a nation of immigrants. Since the 1600s, some 60 million people have immigrated to the U.S. And in the past 20 years, 2/3 of the new immigrants to New York City come from Asia and Latin America. Coming up to your right, this is it's an obsolete building, railroad terminal of New Jersey. Before the construction of tunnels and bridges that link the mainland to Manhattan, New Yorkers had to ride ferries, transfer trains. No trains pass through that station today, but it is still standing because it is listed in the Register of Historic Places in the U.S. It is listed. It still stands because it reminds us that some 10.5 million immigrants rode ferries, transferred to trains, went to other parts of the U.S. The Irish, the Russians, the Italians went to big cities,
Irish?
Germans went to the Midwest, Scandinavians to the farmland.
Oh, Daniel,
This is Liberty State Park.
Barry Park when it was an immigration landing station. When that was too small to accommodate the influx of immigrants, they closed it. They opened another immigration station up ahead to your right. That is the Ellis Island Immigration Station.
Ellis
From
Island.
1892 to 1954, some 12 million immigrants passed through Ellis Island. 12 million, that's 1/5 of 60 million, the total number of immigrants who have so far come to the U.S. Ellis Island is no can trace their ancestry back to an immigrant who came to Ellis Island. 100 million Americans, so that is about 1 in 3 Americans can trace their ancestry to an immigrant who passed through this historic island. Millions of them came from thousands of cities, towns, ghettos, villages looking for a better life. They came to the U.S. and they made the U.S. a better place to live. Back then generally they had an open immigration policy. If you could come to the shores of the U.S., you are welcome to stay. But if you came through Ellis Island, there's a possibility you will be denied entry. Every immigrant had to undergo a 30-second medical checkup. And if doctors suspect something's wrong with you, they suspect you have a mental illness, they suspect you have an infectious disease, they'll put a chalk mark on your clothing. You'll be separated from the rest of the immigrants. You'll be confined to the structure behind the immigration station, the Ellis Island Immigration Hospital, for further testing. And if it is confirmed that you are sick, you and your family will be sent back home. So this island was called the Island of Seniors because of the possibility of being sent back home. And this island was also called the Island of Hope because 9 out of 10 of those who were quarantined were released back to their families. They were able to settle in the beautiful French-inspired architecture. Ellis Island Immigration Station. And speaking of France, the Statue of Liberty up ahead is a gift from the people of France to the people of the United States. Intended as a gift to commemorate the 100th-year anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Placed here at the New York Harbor on the sign of international friendship between the French and the Americans. Placed here as well to honor those, or to welcome the immigrants who came from abroad, the immigrants who passed through the having crossed the Atlantic. The first significant man-made structure they'll see is the Statue of Liberty. Emotions will well up within them. Tears will run down their cheeks as Lady Liberty welcomes them to the world. The gift was to celebrate the 100th-year anniversary. So it's in years for the Americans.
I know, and then you put the picture up. It's far. That's why I'm waiting until I get actually in front of the bridge.
We're finally able to
Because I had to put up a little
build a
front. Come
pedestal
on.
in 1886. The statue stood here. Statue is made of copper.
They're really close away, but on the camera, we're really far.
When it stood here for the first 20 years, it was color brown. The sun,
Hold on, arm. She's laying, so be careful.
rain, and snow were copper green because of the oxidation process. So we need to really honor nature and make the day liberty. That statue was designed by a Frenchman. His name was Frederick Auguste Bartholdi. It is said that he designed the face of Lady Liberty according to the features.
You always wanted to see. You still recording?
Their upper shell is thin, easily bent. There needed to be an internal structure built to keep the statue standing to enable people to go up to the crown and to the torch. And that internal structure was built by another Frenchman. His name was Gustave Eiffel of the Eiffel Tower. So here in New York City, we could say we also have an Eiffel Tower in Lady and light in the world. She's wearing a crown with 7 points, signifying the 7 oceans, the 7 continents of the world. She's holding the Declaration of Independence on her left hand, inscribed July 4, 1776. For more than 130 years, she has been the source of hope and inspiration. Symbol of freedom and democracy. The embodiment of the American dream, ladies and gentlemen. Before us is Lady Liberty. Take lots of pictures of her, take selfies.
So first,
And later you can go down and enjoy a hot
America. whatever you're buying, do something cute.